Hey, how's it going guys? It's Berkeley here and welcome back to another World of Tanks video. I hope you're having an amazing day, and in today's video we're gonna take a look at this little guy, the T92 Tier 8 American light tank, premium one. Now, for the past few days I've been playing quite a bit of battles in this tank, just to complete some of the missions for the Object 279 campaign. Talking about the campaign, I have only a few missions left, so that's for Chimera and this is for the Object 279, so 2 missions on the Soviet line, let's just say Union, 4 missions on the bloc and 5 missions on the Alliance and just 2 missions on the Coalition. Do let me know in the comment section below how's it going for you. Do you enjoy the missions 2.0 or did you just give up on them completely? So talking about the T92, this is one of the 4 premium tier 8 light tanks available in the game. In my opinion, it's one of the best active scouts, and let me explain why. So I have here a comparison open with all the 4 light tanks, and as you can see, the T92 and the LT432 are quite similar. They both have very low alpha damage, although the LT432 gets higher alpha damage with around similar DPM, so 2528, but the LT432 has higher DPM. I mean, talk about the Russian bias. And the LT432 also gets 100 more additional HP. I mean, if you compare just the T92 and LT432, the LT432 is better in every way, but in my opinion the LT432 is a bit bigger and it's like easier to hit, let's just say. That's the downside of LT432. The T92 has the advantage in the specific horsepower per ton, 34.71, and it does feel in the battle. LT432, and don't get me wrong, it's an amazing tank, it's very fast, but the T92 feels like the acceleration is top notch. You press W and you're already going at 60 kilometers an hour. And talking about 60 kilometers an hour, that's one thing I absolutely hate about the T92. What Wargaming did is that they just limited the top speed by 60, and for a light tank it's, in my opinion, catastrophic. I wish it was like 70 on the other light tanks. And whenever you are driving the T92, you feel like you're limited, you know, because you reach the 60 kilometers an hour and the speedometer just doesn't go any further, which is, I mean, it's not terrible, but for a light tank, as I said, it's a little catastrophic. So talking about the gun on this tank, the stabilization is absolutely insane. Even on the move, it's almost like fully aimed. You have the gun stabilization similar to a mouse, and mouse has one of the best in the game, you know. The ammunition, the main ammunition is APCR. They do fly quite fast, but the penetration is only 175, which is like subpar, but for a light tank it's okay. The second ammunition is, the premium ammunition is heat rounds with 210 millimeters of penetration. And regarding the crew, obviously you want to go with Sixth Sense, Brothers in Arms. Those are like must for any light tank, and camouflage and repairs, depending on how many skills you have. So back to the comparison, one thing I want to mention, all of these 4 tanks are equipped in the same way: vents, optics and rammer. And as you can see, the view range on the T92 is absolutely amazing. It's 495 view range. This is without binoculars, and it's the best in class. Like the LT432 gets 470, the Bulldog gets, German Bulldog gets 485, and the ELC even gets 470. The base view range on all of these tanks is 390, and except for the Bulldog it's 400 meters of view range, and on the T92 it's 410, I believe. Let me just double check that information. No, it's 400. On the Bulldog it's also 400. Then why is it different? Oh yeah, I'm playing without vents on this tank. That's right, so on the T92 I'm playing with vents instead of the stabilizer, because the stabilization on this tank is already top notch, so you don't really need it. On the German Bulldog I'm playing with a gun stabilizer, because this is more of a medium tank, and you can see that in the comparison, because the Bulldog has the highest DPM, 2700, and it has the worst camo out of all these tanks. So that's why the Bulldog is really not that great at scouting, but great at dealing damage. It's more like a better version of CDC, let's just say. And regarding the camo on these tanks, of course the ELC even has the best camo out of all. That thing is really tiny. The second best is for some reason LT432, even though the size of that thing is massive. But the T92 is almost the same as the LT432, and the Bulldog has really bad camo at 30% only. So the good, the bad, and the ugly about this tank, let's just say. So the pros and cons. The good, the gun is very stabilized. It's good. The view range is good. The horsepower per ton, that's also amazing. The tank is very swift and accelerates really quickly. The camouflage, I would say it's excellent. If you don't consider the ELC even, the camouflage is one of the best. And what else? I think that's about it. The bad is the 60 kilometers an hour top speed. That's really the bad. And also the alpha damage is the lowest out of all light tanks. Only 150, which means that you have to make the gun work, and to deal massive amounts of damage you have to make a lot of shots, you know. But that's about it. Let's jump into a battle and see how this tank performs, shall we? And as for the battles, I have prepared two battles for you guys. Both of these I've had today, and these were back-to-back battles, one after the other. So the first battle we have Redshire, we are top tier, and this is basically going to be punching babies, and it's going to be a really quick battle, and you're going to see why this is one of the best active scouts in the game. So right from the beginning I take the standard push for the light tanks. I'm shooting the 40 TP because my camo is good, there are no light tanks, and I don't take the second shot because there are already light tanks that could spot me. And here you just pull back from the bush 15 meters until the bush is not transparent, and you can just take the shots. No one's gonna spot you. When you pull back from the bush, you still have like camo decrease, but it's not as significant as if the bush was transparent. That's a bit of a silly way to put it, but yeah. So here we're just dealing damage. I'm just waiting for to see where the mass of the enemy is. I already know they're all in the middle, but I don't want to be too aggressive right now. I need to play it safe. I need to make sure that I know where everyone is before making my push. And I have played a lot of light tanks. I think my most played light tank is the 1390. My most played tank in my whole account, actually. Here again I just push back from the bush until it's not transparent, and I can just shoot that. Even light tanks cannot spot me in this position even after a shot. And let's see if I have a shot. And this is just an amazing shot at that 40 TP, like 1 out of a million probably. And here I've had enough of sitting in the bush, even though I was actively shooting, and so I decided to push in, because the battle is pretty much won. It's 4-1 already, so I need to go in, I need to spot, I need to deal damage. And here, as you can see, you just keep the gun working, and every 3.5 seconds you have 150 alpha, so That way, the gun is not too bad. The alpha damage is, I mean, you can make it work. And here, as I said, it's just punching babies. We are only 3 minutes in, we have already destroyed half of the enemies. And here, I'm just pushing in. I know that there are tanks in front of me, so I'm not going into the sniper mode, I'm just driving in, shooting tanks. This is like, I imagine when the wheeled vehicles are introduced, it's gonna be a pretty similar gameplay. So you don't even need a wheeled tank if you wanna play like active scouting. And that KV-85 has been hiding behind the house the whole game, and I guess it's just not his day today. But I did warn you guys, it's gonna be punching babies. So 5 frags already, 2,500 damage, and the battle is almost over. Just one last arty left, and as you can see, I haven't taken even 1 damage in this game. Well, until now. So we shut down that Hamel, and we're done with 7 frags and 2.7k damage and 2,500 spotting. Let's jump into the next battle. This is also going to be a good example of active scouting. I remember someone asking in one of the previous videos how to do the LT15 mission for the T55A. This is going to be a good example. You just wait for the right battle. Of course you need an open map to scout. For the T55A I believe it's 10,000 combined, right? 10,000 combined shouldn't be easy. I'm not going to do 10,000 in this battle, but still. So we are on this map. What you want to do on this map is, most people will rush to the E1 bush, like the ELC even, but what you want to do is you take this 2 line and you drive through the line of bushes. You make sure that you're not spotted from the left or from the right, so you have to be precise about let's just say your driving line. And I'm hoping my allies will shut down that ELC even, so I can push even further. Already 2 tanks spotted, and that ELC is not having it. He already realized that I'm on this spot and he's coming for me. And for some reason I didn't realize that. I tunnel visioned or whatever you wanna say it, but as you can see on the map, that ELC is coming right for me. And yeah, he spotted me, I don't realize that he spotted me, and I get shot by 2 tanks. But I still have some HP left. I have to get out of there, get unspotted, and well, do another run. That DLC is very persistent with that E1 bush. I mean, you don't want to go to the E1 bush on this map because A, it's really hard to get there. You will always get spotted by the enemy light tank, and B, even if you take the bush, you don't get spotted. The enemy will realize that you're at the E1 bush and will start blind shooting you, and even Arty will start blind shooting you. And as you can see in this battle, we have 3 artists in each team. Because of that, the whole team is on the 1-2 line. Nobody wants to get spotted. As you can see, all of my allies are behind me, and the enemy now doesn't have a light tank because the ELC was very persistent with that push. Now that we have eliminated the enemy light tank, we can just progress further. And on this map, once you have like won until the mid of this map, what you want to do is you want to push a little further up until this bush, I would say, but then you shouldn't push further at this direction. What I mean is that you can either push from the 1 line where the Scorpion G is pushing now. I mean, he shouldn't be pushing, I should be pushing there, but I mean, he was impatient and he's gonna pay for that in just a moment. As you can see, he got spotted by that KV4 and he got eliminated as well. What you wanna do is drive through these bushes. Don't go from all the way at the top, because that way you're gonna get spot from the tanks like KV4. But if you go from the bottom to the up, then you can take the bush easily, and as you can see, I'm spotting the object 268, the UDES has been eliminated, and we're already up to like 3000 spotting damage. So once you have taken the E1 bush, you can chill here for now, and once the enemy has pushed back and you can no longer spot them, then you can go back to the 2 line and try to spot the enemies from the 3 line as well, from the bottom. But the problem with the 3 line is that you will always get shot from the guys in the middle, and since we haven't spotted the middle, since we haven't won the other side, I'm not too eager to go to that side, let's just say. So as you can see, I'm making my way again through this bush line, and once you're in this bush line, the only way the enemy can spot you is that if you get too close to them, like 100 meters. Up until 100 meters, nobody can spot you. Okay, I get scared by that Bachadillion RT, because I don't want to get spotted, you know. There are still a lot of enemies alive, and if I get spotted, they could be camping near the object 268. At least that was my suspicion, but the only tank left on this flank is the object 268 and the enemy artillery, one of them. And he just fired. So I'm making my way to the end of the line, and I spot them for my allies, but they're in a dip and it's gonna be a little difficult for my allies to pick them up. But still, my allies shot down the object 268, and now I can just push in and kill that RT. And then we can move on to the other way, to the other side of the rail tracks. As you can see, this tank is, very swift. It accelerates really quickly, but as you can also see, it stops at 60 kilometers an hour. So once you have won one half of this map, you can spot the other side. What I'm doing here is that I'm poking with my turret only. So the only thing you need to show to the enemy is your commander's cupola to spot them. You don't need to show your whole tank, and I'm being really careful. And you're gonna see another example of that right here. Instead of going just on the bottom, let's just say, I'm poking a little bit and I'm spotting that Bachat RT. So the battle already won. I just need to pick up the last few enemies. The ISU has never been spotted, I believe, but it's pretty predictable that he's near the IS-3, or maybe he's on the hill. So we spot that Bachat, and what a nice snapshot through the buildings there. Let's just see if we can put another one. Yeah, another snapshot. As you can see, the stabilization on this tank is absolutely amazing. Even when I'm driving at 60 kilometers an hour, my aiming vertical is, not bigger than the Bachat RT. So, yeah, and the ISU was on the hill, but he got shot down as soon as he got spotted. So, let's take a look at the post-battle results. So, let's just find the game on the T92, right there, T8. So yeah, this is the battle in the red trial. As you can see, Mastery Badge, Top Gun for getting 7 kills, Patrol Duty, High Caliber, and the Light Tank, 1656 experience. That was 123k credits profit as well. That's only in just a little over 3.5 minutes. Very quick battle, yet very efficient. You knew when to push, you knew where to push, basically. Let's take a look at the second battle in Prokhorovka. So that's another Mastery Badge. We got Pascucci's medal for shutting down 2 self-propelled guns. By damage, we didn't do a lot of damage, but we still ended up with 1375 base XP, and we made 136,000 profit as well for for assisting our allies with 6.1k damage. So that's it from me for today, guys. Let me know if you have this tank, what you think of it. Let me know what you think of light tanks in general. But that's it from me for tonight. I hope you have a wonderful day, whatever the time of day it is for you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.